Well, hello there out there in the comic nation. It's Mr. J, your old pal, and I'm taking over the outlaw nation. And we're going to be doing Joker's Asylum, the Riddler. Yes, Edward J. Nigma. And we're going to have a little fun now, as he tries to solve one of the most unsolvable riddles of all. Yes, the woman heart. Will Riddler be able to crack the code? Will he find out the truth about love? Well, anyways, it's the middle of the night, and I am a night owl, so I have a little story for you. A little story about our friend in green, who likes to ask questions. Now, we're going to start off with Edward J. Nigma doing what he does best, robbing an art gallery for some kind of douchey art, leaving a clue for Batman to follow, and you know Fart Man's never far behind. Well, the Riddler's off doing his thing, and he's stunned. He sees her. He craves her. His heart beats for her as he sees her. And she sees him. She's stunned, horrified, basically surprised that Gotham's criminal is even reaching out to talk to her. One of his thugs dares lays a hand on her, and the Riddler strikes him down with a fury and hatred I've never seen in the man. I think I sort of like it. But as we know, there's always a bat in the belfry, and he comes crashing down. But Edward, of course, has another trick up his sleeve, for he is the Riddler, and he does plan ahead. And he has a mystery for Batman. Where is the bomb? Yes, I know it doesn't have the panache of his usual riddles, but I like to cut to the chase myself, too, with a good boom boom. But anyways, he leaves the explosive, and of course the Riddler sets the detonator, and he runs. That's what Edward does. He tends to run a lot, and he's escaped with a valuable, I guess, piece of art. Batman foils the bomb. As always, Batman hooks it up to that cool grappling gun. I tell you, where does he get those wonderful toys? And with a big kaboom, the Riddler escapes with his painting. And he should be happy. He got one over at Batman. He's hung up his silk-carved work of art. But still, he can't get this woman out of his mind. So he sends her flowers, candy, all kinds of wonderful knickknacks of love. Diamonds, chocolates, pearls, wine, caviar, you name it. And yet, she still won't return his love, his affection, and it's driving him crazy. He can't find the answer to this riddle. He must find it. He must have her. And so he goes another route. He pays her entire debt off. And Edward stands there like a knight in shining armor, expecting to be hugged, embraced, to take her in his arms and hold her forever. And yet, she accuses him of treating her like a prostitute. And then Edward is stumped with his lonely piece of art, drinking scotch out of the bottle. People start coming to his door, asking him to pull one more job. And what's wrong with him? He's one of Gotham's elite, I guess. I've always saw him as a C-lister myself, but anyways, frustration builds with Edward as his depression continues. And day after day, he sits there, wallowing in his own misery. As these people come and make offer after offer after offer. And yet, he turns them all down, for he is trying to solve an unsolvable riddle. He is working on something greater. And it drives him to passionate fits of rage and bouts of depression until the answer hits him. Of course, if she doesn't like the man that he is now, he will reinvent himself. He will become the man that she wants. So he goes to her hometown, talk about stalking, meets her father, stays in her home, sees her childhood bedroom, listens to all the music she enjoys, basically just stocking it up. Looking at family pictures, he sits where she sits, mourns the people she's lost. He even sees the doctor that gave birth to her, until he's decided that he's a changed man, that it's time for the Riddler to give up what made him the Riddler, and to go the route of a good guy, a patron saint of goodness. So he starts working in homeless shelters. He starts helping the poor. He starts feeding pigeons, working with kids with disabilities. But yet, she still slams the door on him. But he does not give up. No, it doesn't deter him. It just makes him want her more. Every step brings him a little closer to solving that riddle, as more and more Gotham's elite come to see him, and he turns them down. But she does say yes eventually, even if someone has to put a gun to her daddy's head. And she falls into the Riddler's arms, and the fool doesn't even realize that she's being blackmailed into it. But then he realizes, what's he to do now? He solved the riddle, and now he is empty. He doesn't want her anymore. He never wanted her, he just wanted an answer. And so he calls that person and takes that job, and then walks out with the cops waiting for him, for someone had blown his lady love's head off and drew a pretty little diamond in the art piece. And the Riddler goes to jail. Wait, yes, that's the end? You're probably wondering who framed him. Well, let's leave that a riddle, shall we? A riddle within a story of the Riddler. And if you're paying attention, you'll know who set him up. But until next time, this is your old pal, Mr. J, and I'll catch you on the flip side.